We've got a lot to go over in this video. For those of you in Europe and without the mid-year sale, don't worry because you've got a PlayStation Plus double discount sale running right now with a bunch of great deals that you can take advantage of. I'll be taking a quick look at that. Also, we've got the release date for the first video game based on the My Hero Academy anime. My Hero One's Justice is coming later this year. Ratchet & Clank's PlayStation 4 Remake is supposedly Insomniac's most successful game ever. Dead Island 2, a game that was announced a very long time ago, is still seemingly in development based on a tweet that was sent out. And a campaign to keep Gravity Rush 2's online servers continues on. More on that at the end of this video. First, let's talk about the PlayStation Store sale for those of you in Europe. You've got quite the good double discount sale running right now. While I wouldn't say it's quite as in-depth as the sale over here in the States, there are still a bunch of great deals, and remember, as is the case with the usual double discount, if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you will save double what non-Plus subscribers are saving. Some great deals include Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reload for $13.99, Alien Isolation is down to just $5.99, Bioshock the Collection is down to $13.49, that's very good for all three Bioshock games, Rocket League is down to $7.99, Sniper Elite 4 is down to $14.99, Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus is down to $27.49, The Division is down to $7.99, XCOM 2 The Collection is down to $39.99, or you could get the base game for $17.39. Can't go wrong with XCOM 2. That is a fantastic game, and you can sink a lot of hours into that one. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition is down to $11.99. You can never go wrong with Skyrim, even though you probably bought it 2 or 3 times at this point already. Skyrim VR is also on sale for $14.99, and a bunch of other great deals can be available. So for those of you over in Europe, definitely give a look at this double discount sale. And your best bet is probably to be a PlayStation Plus subscriber if you're not, because if you're planning on picking up a couple games, you're just gonna make up the difference in the Plus price right away. Next up, My Hero Academy has become one of the most popular anime in the world today. Even over here in the West, the anime has gained a lot of popularity, and it is up there in popularity with some of the most popular Japanese IPs like Attack on Titan and whatnot. Well, of course, at some point, My Hero Academy had to make its transition into the video game realm, and that's what we're getting with My Hero One's Justice, a very stylish fighting game that has been confirmed to be released on October 26th for just about every platform: PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Also, if you pre-order the game, you will get a bonus character in Endeavor, who is the #2 hero in the world just behind All Might. My Hero Academy is still in its infancy of its storytelling if you know where the manga goes, and you know how far the anime is. It'll be interesting to see how far they take this game into, if you're going past the anime, if you're going into manga content. Right now, we are in a little ways in with the 3rd season airing, but the manga is far ahead of that, so it'll just be interesting to see how My Hero One's Justice, the video game, tackles that content. But the game itself looks excellent, looks like it has some very stylish gameplay, and I personally am very excited for it. So again, we'll be getting that on October 26th. Next up, I think it's a foregone conclusion that Insomniac Spider-Man is going to be their most successful game ever. However, prior to the release of Spider-Man, what is their most successful game currently? Well, they have said it's Ratchet & Clank, the PlayStation 4 Remake. Community director James Stevenson revealed that in a response on the Restera message boards, and he wasn't exact in saying what this metric of success was, but it was implied that this was the studio's best-selling game, which is a little bit surprising to me. Some of the PlayStation 2 Ratchet & Clank games, just on the basis that you had that gigantic user base to work with. I mean, what was the number? 150 million PlayStation 2s were sold? That's just a gigantic user base to sell your game to, so the Ratchet & Clank PS4 Remake, being the fact that it was one of the earlier PlayStation 4 titles, it being their most successful game is pretty surprising, but good for them. That was a great PlayStation 4 exclusive. It was a great game even when you looked at the entire PS4 library today, and it wasn't even a brand new game. Of course, it was a remake of the very first Ratchet & Clank game, but it was a fantastic remake. It looked great, played great, and it had everything that we loved about Ratchet. So good for Insomniac, and of course, I am sure they are going to smash their records when Spider-Man is released on the PlayStation 4 on September 7th, because while Ratchet & Clank is great, the anticipation and hype for Spider-Man is definitely on another level, and I expect that to lap the Ratchet & Clank PlayStation 4 Remake's numbers very quickly, being the fact that it's a brand new game, being the fact that it's Spider-Man, and we have a lot more PS4s in the wild now than we did when Ratchet & Clank was released back in 2016.
Will punch you in the face with bullets.
Moving on from that, Dead Island 2 has been one of the interesting cases this generation. It was announced very early on in this generation, and we were expecting to see it in 2015, but of course it got hit with several delays, and a lot of gamers thought the game was cancelled, but it is not. The official Dead Island Twitter account tweeted out this: Dead Island 2 is still in development, and we will share more on this at a later stage. That's all they said, but that is the most significant information we've heard about Dead Island 2 in a very long time. This game for a while has just completely disappeared. We didn't see it at E3 this year. They didn't even make mention of the game around that time, and I for one thought this game would never be released. And even if Dead Island 2 is released, you really have to question how this game is going to turn out. As is the case with a lot of games that are in development for a very long time, they usually just don't turn out very well. There are games like Neo that do get stuck in development hell but do turn out pretty well, so hopefully Dead Island 2 can be like that. But more often than not, when a game is in development for much longer than it is expected to be, it usually doesn't turn out as well as you'd imagine. You can look at games like The Last Guardian, you can look at games like Duke Nukem Forever, and I can go on and on with those examples, but let's hope for the best with Dead Island 2, as the first game did offer a lot of fun. It was a great cooperative experience, and Dead Island 2, based on what we saw, it does have potential. I'm just a little bit questionable of how it's going to turn out, based on how long it's been in development for.
Shrubs and bushes and trees on fire, and they'll be on fire, and then when the zombies run through them, they'll catch on fire and set more zombies on fire, and it's just all kinds of stuff like that. You know, there's a zombie in the swimming pool, you shoot it with, you know, an electrical charge, you'll electrocute the zombies in the pool, stuff like that. So lots of cool new crafting weapons, both melee and ranged.
Do you have a personal favorite that you guys have shown so far?
Oh man.
Yeah, get off of me, zombie.
Like an awesome golf swing kind of thing. You can clear them like over a wall or a house or a fence, and you know that kind of thing is that fun element you were talking about, where it's a little less, I think, brutally realistic and a little bit more kind of like.
And finally, you know that I've been one of those people that have always been touting how excellent of a game Gravity Rush 2 is. Unfortunately, as much as I keep talking about it, it seems like from a commercial sense, it didn't resonate as well as Sony would have liked, and that goes to show, as it looks like Gravity Rush 2's servers are going to be closed down in July. Now, originally the servers were scheduled to shut down back in January, but a bunch of Gravity Rush 2 fans took to Twitter and other social media platforms to voice their displeasure about the Gravity Rush 2 online servers being shut down, and they pushed it back until July. Now here we are in July, and these servers are set to close on the 18th. And yet again, a slew of Gravity Rush 2 fans have taken to social media to try to keep this game alive. I personally loved Gravity Rush 2, but I loved it because of the single player mode. The online component is cool, and it's another layer to the game, so I'd love to see that persist, especially because this is a game that I'm still going to be very vocal about. Whenever I have the opportunity to talk about Gravity Rush 2, you know I'm going to take that opportunity and try to sell this game, and it seems like a lot of people are the same, because everyone that's played Gravity Rush 2 has absolutely enjoyed it. It's unfortunate that it looks like the online servers are going to be shut down, but the game itself is so good. Unfortunately, I highly doubt we'll ever see a Gravity Rush 3, but at the very least, check out Gravity Rush Remastered, check out Gravity Rush 2, and hey, take to social media if you've been playing Gravity Rush 2, if you enjoy the online components of the game, and be vocal about it, because they've done it before. It was scheduled to be shut down back in January, and it was pushed to July. Maybe it can happen again. That is going to conclude this video. As I mentioned, for those of you in Europe, you've got a great double discount sale to take advantage of. My Hero One's Justice, the first My Hero Academy video game, is set to be released on October 26th. Pre-order the game and you will get an additional character in Endeavor. Ratchet and Clank is Insomniac's most successful game up until this point, but I expect Spider-Man to blow through any numbers that Insomniac has ever done in the past. And that's not a slight on their previous games. It's kind of a testament to the anticipation and expectations of that Spider-Man game. Dead Island Borderlands 2 is, yes, still in development. Hopefully we hear about it very soon. Maybe this will turn out to be a 2019 game. Highly doubt we'll see it in the fall of this year, but let's hope we hear something soon. And the petition to keep Gravity Rush 2 online still persists. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.